Stevie, Drae TV in the building, man. You know, all the way from Puerto Rico, man.
Yeah, yes, sir.
We got my boy Alot
Yes, sir.
in the building,
Exquisite
man.
Bullies, man. Bully Spittin Podcast. We in the building, man. Live from Puerto Rico.
Hey, man, this has been one of my interviews I've been wanting to do for a good hot 3 months, man. But timing been off, you know what I'm saying? So we catching up now, bro. And you know, just give them a little bit, you know what I'm saying, of your background, how you started in this game right quick.
Man, I started messing with, man, I always had dogs probably my whole life. As far as the bullies, you know, from the regular dogs, I had pits, Rottweilers, I had, that's pretty much it, bro. My whole life I done dealt with pits and Rottweilers. From the bullies, man, I started probably in, I think it was 2015. 2015, I started messing with the bullies. I was fresh out of college, so you know I did a breeding here and there. I ain't do too much breeding. I was pretty much just maybe like one or two breedings a year, but quality breedings. And I'm here. You know, probably the last few years is when the breeding has been picked up. You know, because I got a lot more space, a lot more time. You know, more stability. So the last few years is when the breeding really picked up, and so we here now.
Okay, yeah. Can you give us a little rundown from, like, you know, the difference between 2015 and 2022, as far as with the breeding, like, you know, how the dog has changed dramatically, you know what I'm saying? From that ain't even that's not even 10 years. What, 2015 to
7 years.
7 years,
Yeah.
and this dog already like.
Yeah, for sure. Back in 2015, we had a little bit of, we still had what we would call exotics, but the exotic was different. If you compare it to the dogs today, those exotics was probably a little more on the pit bull style, you know, a little more agile, a little taller, a little less girt, a little more muzzle, you know, more tails. People were starting to sauce up back then, but some of the saucy stuff was real sloppy because it was some of the first, you know, generations of the sloppy stuff, you know what I mean? And when I say sloppy, it's like when people were mixing, they're mixing, you know, English bulldogs and Frenchies, whatever they were doing to mix. Back then, it was, you know, more of the first product of that mix. Versus now we're closer to more of a complete product. Game has changed dramatically. Like you got these exotics, you know, just as short, you know, some of them just as agile, putting the tails back on the dogs. 2022, the game is really so much further advanced than it was back then. It was still a lot of experimenting back then. It's still a lot of experimenting now. But when it comes to a complete product, we are way closer to a complete product now than we were in 2015.
Man, when did you see the money game change? Like, when did you see it go from 3,500, 1,500 a dog to 25, 30,000, 50,000 for a dog, man?
So the money has always been in the game from the beginning. You know, these dogs have always been priced a little bit higher than other dogs. When it comes to working studs, improving producing females, those prices have always been high because those are the dogs that nobody wanted to sell. So you gotta put that price up there, you know, to make them really think about it, to come off their dog, to sell that dog. But as far as overall, like just how these puppy prices went crazy, that happened at the beginning of the pandemic. You got people in this game that you know, it was a pandemic. Everybody had a crazy amount of money inflow. You know, it was a crazy amount of money inflow in the pandemic. More people at home, more people working from home. You know, more people investing in themselves, starting their own businesses during the pandemic. And then you had all that money out here in rotation. people buying dogs, people producing dogs. That the price that drove the price of these dogs up, because you got somebody who may have never, thought about buying a dog, and now they got this crazy amount of cash, from a PPP loan or whatever, or just crazy amount of cash from investing in themselves, investing in their own business, and they drove that kind of drove the price up, in my opinion, because you got somebody just a regular Joe that can come in the game and buy a dog for 15 or 20. So now that person who been trying to really get a certain product, their whole bully career, they're gonna have to match that 15 or 20, or they're not gonna be able to get that dog, and that just drove the market up and up and up. And right now, I feel like the market's at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high, but it's at a standstill too because of the economy right now.
Yeah,